Now, y'all already know what time it is. It is time for the mess. So let's get into it, you guys. Guys, this be your boy Guided by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, but it's the speak on it version of Yes for the Mess. What is going on, you guys? I hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday, and I intend on doing the exact same. Now, before we get into today's mess, let's talk about what we got coming up on the horizon. Now, as you guys already know, today is Monday, and Monday nights are the Whether You Like It or Not panel. So make sure you guys tune in tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It will feature myself, Josiah's World TV, Simply Sakina, Yocrates, and T. Really B won't be able to do the panel tonight, but I don't know if I'm gonna get like a guest like maybe like Reggie or El Teddy or somebody like that to come and sit in, but really B just keep it at 5 of us. I'm not really sure, but by the time the panel comes on, we would definitely know if it'll be 5 or 6. So make sure you guys tune in. Also, Boys Night Out is on the way. We will be returning no later than September. It's gonna be late summer. We'll be talking with the guys later on in about a couple of more weeks, and I'm very excited. So make sure you guys are ready for that. Then we have Roasted Review. It is back, you guys, and it's the Love and Hip Hop ATL edition of Roasted Review with me, T, and Josiah. We'll be back to discuss Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and it starts right here on my platform where we'll be talking about episodes 1 and 2. So make sure you guys tune in for that because it's going to be a great show. Gonna have us a great time. So with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and get into it. Now, Kandi had a lot to say on this speak on it. She gave a couple of people the business, mainly Sanya and Marlo. So we're gonna get right on into it, y'all. Y'all know y'all love it when I do my little watch alongs. I can't wait for Carlos King video to come out so I can do a watch along on that as well. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into Kandi's speak on it, and we're gonna watch. All right. So let's get into it, you guys. Let's get into it.
Now, moving right along.
When I see that you're just as ignorant as food around, I thought I was coming to a brunch, not my crucifixion.
I've been told that this is the last week of this mess.
I hope so.
Okay. So, luckily, you'll be getting to the other drama soon because we are tired, honey. We are tired of her reinventing her reasoning for being so upset about what Drew said at
Periods.
Hi, ladies.
Y'all do realize that that's where it all started, right?
Okay. Kandi, what's going on with Blaze? There was like an incident.
All of the trauma was brought back to her in that moment.
Okay, I'm ready to go home, you guys.
When Drew said incident.
You think she was receiving what Courtney was saying about, trying to, I guess, get past her trauma? Because she's saying now all she wanted was, I guess, a little more attention from you during that time.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Why did you not address it with her before? Like you just...
I had seen her.
Oh.
I had seen her.
1 minute, it was because everybody don't hold me accountable.
Therapy works, y'all. I'm telling you, seek it.
That's what she said at first, right? Everybody, if anything, if she hadn't been dealing with something like, she used herself as an example, we would use the word stabbing, but people don't hold me accountable. That's when she said she was upset, correct? All right, now it's because I didn't give her flowers.
Just condolences. So foolish. That was it. That was my only point.
And so she's explaining these things to Courtney. These girls, they don't know Marlo. So they are feeding into this BS. Especially this dang old Sanya child.
And then I come back and hang out with y'all ass and get back to the hood, as your homegirl says.
Sanya is really starting to annoy me on the show and off. Oh my God. Okay. So Sanya, honey, it's like she's really trying hard to have Marlo's back in this show, which is cute.
I don't want for you guys to feel like I'm not being a good friend to y'all because I'm friends with Marlo.
She's really trying hard. She's trying hard to pick sides.
Oh, no.
Y'all said y'all wanted her to pick a side, so she's picking a side.
She explained why she's friends with them, and you listened to her completely. But you were like explaining to her, I feel sometimes it's not that you have to defend me, like you're joining in with the laughs and the
right.
Did she even answer that?
Because I be feeling like you be riding the fence sometimes.
No, it's not about riding the fence. Like I don't want to keep getting burned in Marlo's fat.
Here's the thing. I think Sanya, on one hand, she says she doesn't want to feel like she's made to choose or made to pick a side.
I'm not gonna let how one person feels about the other interfere with my friendship with them.
I understand that because I've been in that place before on the show. In the past, in older seasons, there were times where I was kind of like the middle person. I felt like I did it a little bit better than Sanya, But the person who I think did it the best would probably be Cynthia. She was really kind of good at not being a part of the shade throwing, You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's not laughing at you.
Yeah, you didn't feel like she was dogging you out with the other squad. But with this situation with Sanya, what annoys me is that, you know, clearly they've already shown you how she'll be sitting with them and kind of laughing at the situation or laughing at the person, laughing at me. Actually,
Is it a nervous laugh?
I don't know if it's a nervous laugh. I do have a nervous laugh as well. I don't really know what her laughter is, but they've already shown that she's kind of like leaning the other way amongst the other girls when these things happen. In this situation, it's like she's trying so hard to understand Marlo's side in this. It's like she's going with whatever narrative Marlo is giving, but at the end of the day, sweetheart, it happened during the pandemic, during 2020, and even since you've been on the show, you ain't heard nothing about it. You ain't heard nothing about her being upset with me because I didn't send her flowers. I would like to know how many of the other ladies sent her flowers. Maybe Nene sent her flowers. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't get any flowers with Melvin. I didn't get any type of, I'm thanking God that Melvin's still here. But what I'm saying is, yes, there have been times, and I'm not saying that Marlo isn't a thoughtful person. I had multiple deaths in my family over the last few years. I ain't seen no flowers. Like, I don't know why she's acting like she's always, you know, putting out this narrative like she's expecting so much from me, where she's never really been a real friend to me, guys. I mean, you guys have seen that on the show, right?
I'm so glad that you said that. I'm so glad that you said that. Because, see, Marlo was given the type of person that wants you to do this and that for her, but she don't even, she's the type of person that wants you to give something that she doesn't give to somebody else. Like, she expects for you to send her flowers and go the extra mile for her, but she don't do it for somebody else. That's the thing that annoys me with people. And Marlo ain't never been Kandi friend. Let's make that clear. When Marlo first came on the damn show, she was disrespecting this girl every which way. She was calling her all kinds of hoes, talking about who she slept with in the past, like all types of stuff. So why is Marlo sitting up here acting like they were best friends? They were co-workers at best. And for her to sit up here and still run with the narrative that, oh, Kandi wasn't there for me when my nephew died. Girl, you didn't even know your own mother nephew. Let's make that clear too. You didn't even know that nigga like that. So why you sitting up here acting like you really give up about him passing away? You didn't give up about him passing away, girl. You barely knew the mother anyway. I mean, I'm just being real. You barely even knew him. You didn't even know he worked at OLG. That's why it's not making any sense to me. But the people that go up for it are only going up for it because she keeps the show entertaining, even though the ratings are down like hell. But y'all want to, girl, like I said, I'm glad Kandi said that Marlo ain't never really just been no friend to her, because she hasn't. It's always somebody got to give her something. Like, Marlo feel like everybody owes her something, and nobody owes her motherfucking thing. Mother thing, period. But we're going to continue on. Let's continue, y'all.
Right? Like, me and her don't have like a real friendship. You said that you don't feel like I'm just doing my part because I'm not basically speaking up, and I'm not holding, what else did she say? Holding people accountable. I'm not holding people accountable and saying things or whatever because this is what we get paid to do, basically. So my question to you is, which is always a tough situation, right? When we are trying to have a cool relationship with each other or whatever. But my question to you is, at what point do we have some type of, okay, I'm not going to go all the way and put you all the way on blast? Like, are we supposed to be more loyal to our job, to the show, or just to the, respect and relationship with each other? Like,
you know what, Kandi? That question, I'll say your job. It's work, and it's a tough thing, work and pleasure. So that's why you can't have too many friends at work. Right. I just feel at the end of the day, Riley is your priority over Marlo.
Okay.
Ace is your priority. So at the end of the day, someone who has already crossed you, who said that you did some awful things that took you to a dark place.
Okay.
We're not going to defend that.
We have been, cordial and cool and all of that over the years, but it ain't like we've ever been tight to where she should have expectations of me.
I feel no matter what, Kandi knows I'm not a nasty person. She knows she's not a nasty person. I don't have to talk to her on the phone. We never have done that anyway, 24/7.
And not to mention, as I explained to Sanya, you got different types of friends, right? I'm not necessarily that friend that thinks to.
And at the end of the day, they never had that type of relationship. That's why that's why I'm really boggled by this whole thing, because of the way that Marlo was really sitting up here acting like they had this like close-knit relationship. Like they were this, they were that, and all that. And it's just like, girl, no, you didn't. Y'all never had that type of relationship. You even said that. The only person that you was ever close to like that was Nene. And that might be the person you need to have all your expectations on. Cause you and Ken ain't never had that type of relationship, girl. Like, stop acting. That is the issue. You act too fucking much. You don't keep it real. You keep on acting. And that's why don't nobody know where you stand with nothing. But let's continue.
Send you little gifts all the time, or send flowers all the time. I've been trying to get better at that, but that ain't necessarily the friend that I am. I'm the friend that, like, when you're feeling down and depressed, I'm like, girl, come on, let's go get something to eat. Girl, what are you over there depressed about? What we about? Let's get this money. Let's get this bag. Or if you, like, got some ideas and you need somebody to help you in that area, like, that's the type of friend I am. Or
I'm that type of friend too. I'm that type of friend too. Like, I'm the type of person that, and like I said, that is one of the things that annoys my longtime friends with me. I'm not the type of friend that is, like I said, I'm not emotional. So a lot of the times when people cry in front of me, I really don't know what to say. I don't really know what to do. It's very uncomfortable for me. Like, I pass you a tissue or something like that. But, I sit there and I be like, because I don't know what to say or what to do in that moment. And then I try to say something to, like, cheer you up, do something to cheer you up. That's just the type of person that I am. Like, I'm not the person that you go to for emotional stuff. You know what I mean? Like, if you want a good laugh to be cheered up, then I'm your boy. But I'm just not. And I know that I can be emotionally unavailable. Like, one thing about me is that I'm very aware of all my flaws. I know that I can be emotionally unavailable. I know that I'm not the most emotional person. I know that sometimes I can be cold in my approach sometimes. And even though it's not my intention to come across that way, but I know that to the next person, it can come across that way, or it can look like that, but that's not really what it is. So I get how it comes across, but that's all I can say is that's not my intention. You know what I mean? So I'm aware. I'm very aware of my ways or my mishaps or my flaws. I'm the first one to say that. You know what I'm saying? But we can continue on.
Or who will see something in you to say, hey, you could be better. You could be doing more. You could be doing this. And, I'm that friend. I'm the motivational friend.
That's the type of person that I am too. I mean, like, this is why I relate to her. That's the type of person that I am too. Because I do that with Josiah, like, all the time. Like, Josiah and I have this type of relationship where Josiah kind of leans on me like as a big brother in a sense. Because, Josiah and I have now been friends for about 3 years now. It started out working on the panels, and then it went from talking off the panels to us taking a trip together. And it's like, once we took that trip to Atlanta together for my birthday, and we spent time and stayed in the same house, we got even closer. So it's like now we have a certain type of bond now. And like, Josiah is that little brother to me that's close to my age, but, he leans on me a lot, for motivation and inspiration and things like that. And whenever he needs some advice on something, I always give it to him, or I always try to tell him right from wrong. Like, he'll be like, well, Scotty, was I wrong for this? And if I felt like he was wrong for it, I'd be like, yeah, bro, you were wrong for that. Or another instance where it could be a situation where it could be a feeling where, Josiah could be like, well, Scotty, did I do too much? And if he did do too much, he know I'm gonna tell him. I'll be like, look, man, Josiah, that was a bit much. You didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? And then, he'll take it and he'll move on. Like, that's the type of relationship that we have. Like, I have this little brother, big brother bond with him. You know what I mean? And I motivate him a lot. You know what I mean? Like, we talk about a lot of stuff. It don't even have to just be no YouTube stuff. It's like real life shit. Like, that's the type of relationship that we got. Like even with me and Jamar, like Jamar and I, we're pretty much here. We think the same way. So, you know, it's not much of a lean on, but you know, like with Josiah being younger and me being like, well, like probably like the oldest friend that he has, he does lean on me for motivation and inspiration. And I'm happy to get that to him because I truly love Josiah and I look at him like a little brother. He's more like family to me at this point. Like he's not just a panelist. He's not just a co-worker or a YouTuber or a YouTube friend. Like that's family, like period. Like I jump a gate for him. Like that's just how much it is. Like I hung out, like I know his friends, they know me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I get emotional talking about JoJo, but let me continue.
Sometimes you need those type of friends, and sometimes you need the friend that you got to be depressed and you want to cry and all of that, and that's cool. But my friends know I'm not really, even though y'all see me cry on the show, whatever, I'm not really that person. I don't like to sit in sorrows and sadness because I definitely started losing a lot of people close to me at a very young age. As I explained, I lost my brother when I was 15. And at that point, I went to school the next day after my brother passed. Well, it was a summer program. I went to school the next day. And a lot of people were like, why are you here? And I said, because I don't want to just sit home and cry. Like, I didn't want to feel that, if that makes sense. So some people are different and some people feel different things. And as for her feeling like I'm supposed to be doing something to cheer her up. I mean, me and her have been talking about this. I mean, not talking about that, but talking through these last few years. And she's never made me feel in any way that she was holding a grudge with me about giving her flowers.
Why did you not address it with her before? Like you just...
I had to.
Lie.
They came to slay, ladies and gentlemen. Is it she by Sheree? Yes.
Oh.
I hadn't seen.
Yeah, it don't even make sense because she did sit right on the show and said when Courtney asked her the question we're all asking,
why did you not address it with her before?
Why haven't you said anything before now? She said,
I had to.
What? She's sat down with us to speak on it.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I am your girl Kandi, and to my left I have Marlo, and we are about to speak on it.
Well, they showed her come to my house, right? You know, we done filmed multiple seasons since then, and this is the first time I'm hearing of her being upset about this. The other part of the whole thing that really irritates the hell out of me is that I do feel that some of these women find things just out of the blue to make an issue, to make a story on the show.
I just wanted you to say, hey, can I get your sister's phone number?
And I definitely feel like this is one of those things. I feel like, you know, she doesn't like the fact that people don't come at me enough. And I feel like she just used this as a thing to come at me.
That's exactly what it is.
To use this. If nothing happened at Blaze, she was still going to have to find a way to bring this into her story.
The way she just blew up on Drew out of nowhere, it was just crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like you was just looking for a moment to make this a story. And that's why I'm just like, I ain't finna play this game with her no more.
Marlo is making this so dramatic.
At first she got all up under my skin, but in this episode I was like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna play this game with her. And let's go back to Sanya before I move on to finish this off about Marlo.
See, that's the energy, because I was with Sheree the other day, and we want everybody to be Gucci.
Sanya really started getting on my nerves with this whole trying to be Marlo's attorney.
Marlo keeps saying it's not about her saying that you were responsible for
Sanya, or her counselor, her spokesperson.
I do not need you to be trying to be her lawyer. No, I'm not gonna, Kandi, I'm not being a lawyer.
I don't know what she's trying to be.
What I'm saying is that you are focused on something that is not the issue.
But she can do it somewhere else because I'm not hearing it.
If it was the issue,
you don't even know that woman like that to even be trying to tell me what she thought and how she's feeling. You only know what she portrays when those cameras are on.
I really think Marlo is valid.
You done seen some other things happen when the camera's off. So like my thing is like, lady, don't come at me saying, oh, you know, she's just, no, I don't want to hear it. That's why really Sanya almost had me hot at that Gucci brunch.
Marlo keeps saying it's not about her saying that you were responsible for
Sanya, when she started doing too much, like all this, don't be over here mediating for her. Don't be, I don't want to hear it. That's what I got to say about that. Her and those flowers. They steady be trying to say people are speaking for me just because, okay, I can't help it that Kenya just don't like you, okay? Kenya just don't like Marlo, so every chance she get, she gonna hit her with a 1-2.
Bitch, like I need your respect out of all the people here.
With some shade or whatever.
Bottom rung, bitch.
That's just who Kenya is. It ain't got nothing to do with her trying to speak up for me.
Gotta go back to the bottom rung. Bye.
And Drew had her own issue with Marlo.
Bringing it up.
Okay, because she was still feeling away because Marlo had screamed on her. That ain't got nothing to do with me. But y'all steady want to be like, oh, Kandi's minions or Kandi got people speaking for her. What do you call what Sanya was doing sitting right at the table?
Marlo keeps saying it's not about her saying that you were responsible for
Sanya, what you called it? Help me understand. Because it definitely looked like she was speaking for Marlo. Am I tripping? And she was getting on my nerves while doing it. And what I was saying before about how Sanya getting on my nerves on the show and off. Yeah, I saw that little clip of her doing an interview saying that she could see me off the show next season. Did you really say that?
And that's all I gotta say.
You see me off, but you don't see you off? Okay, boo-boo. She sees me off and she sees, was it Kenya? Yeah, she was trying to bring back people that she's been fans of on the show. You don't even know them people. You don't even know those people. You want to bring back these people that you ain't even met before, some of them.
Hell no.
I'm just really cracking up because, like, you are talking as a fan. And if we want to talk about what the fans have to say, then you might not want to be talking about who should be here. Because I seen what the fans be saying online. If you're going to talk about me not being here next year, ma'am, then you might want to talk about yourself. People love.
I mean, hey, she didn't tell no lies about that because there's many people that don't want Sanya on this show. Many people that don't want Sanya on this mother show. Now, she ain't tell no lies about that. She ain't tell no lies now. Because they've been dragging Sanya down these last couple of weeks, and I've been here for it. Let's continue.
People love to try to say that I am responsible or I am firing or I have something to do when people are not on the show.
I mean, it's so stupid at this point.
Right? They always want to give me the blame, right? Which really, in fact, there's only been one person that I said I don't want to be on the show with, ever. Anybody else, I've never said that I don't want to be on the show with them people. Like, I don't care if I don't get along with them. I don't care if I don't get along with them because, to be honest with you, I really don't want to influence whether somebody is here or not because I don't want to, like, step on somebody's paper, right? So, how am I not? Because they're, according to the world, I'm always responsible when somebody ain't here.
Don't answer the other question of who would you want on the show because that means you're eliminating. So answer the question of who you would want fired.
Yeah, well, typically when at least about this season, I typically was like, keep what we have because we finally like get to a point where people are picking their whatever, how they feel about whoever, and add some people. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. But either way, there's a life after the show. We've seen other people have life after the show. So when it's whoever's time to go, it's going to be their time to go, whether it be me or you. The one thing that I will say about Sanya, I've always...
Yes, because they swear up and down that Kandi was on this whole tirade to get rid of Nene, and she was trying to get rid of Portia, and she ultimately got rid of Phaedra when Phaedra got rid of her own damn self for making up lies. Nene got rid of her own damn self for calling her damn boss a cokehead. So, I mean, really, what you talking about?
I've always told people I like Sanya, you know what I mean? I thought we was, pretty cool. But the more and more, the further we get, the more and more it feels like she's picking a side. And if the side that you want to pick is over there, stay over there. That's how I look. That's why, because it's just like, for me, I hold back on certain people, right? Certain people, you hold back a little bit just because you don't really want to drag them. Because you're always so sweet, I don't want to drag you like that. But you keep on. Now back to the episode.
It just starts to feel like our group is divided.
Everybody did feel that this season was even more divided. And I don't know if, once you added Courtney to the mix, it was really, for real, like Courtney, Marlo, Sheree, Sanya, and it was like Drew, me, Kenya, and Mayetta. But it was a little bit different, and I think that it's going to become even more so divided as the season goes on because it's like a real line is in the sand. Yeah, like I don't even want to talk to you.
Bitch, you are built like a whole square. You are bad body. Your man don't even want you. Bitch, you are deranged.
It's really happening. I think last year we were being a lot more cordial.
So that's what it is. That's not what I want to do. Okay, well, I actually speak to you woman to woman, and I said no.
It wasn't like a clear separate groups.
Deal with it. I love that she embraced that. We all wear wigs. I'm so busy trying to talk about me. How am I trying to talk about you?
But now it's like separate groups.
Kandi seems cool.
Hi, ladies.
Sheree is cool with everybody, but she throws shade at me every chance she get, but then instead of be saying that I'm the shade thrower,
yeah,
which is fine if she wants to feel that way, but she has to go back to the original shade.
Girl, honey.
And then you get mad when my return fire. You know what I'm saying? I guess my return fire feels a lot more heated. You're doing it. Like every time you come back and say something, like I said, I've not done any interviews really this season so far. None. The only thing I've done was speak on it. And we know with speak on, I'm doing clearly as far as to speak on the episode itself, what we see on the show, whatever. So I'm not going to the blogs and, whatever. I'm not doing extra episodes where people can ask me questions and pry and get me to say more. Y'all are doing that. And that's fine. I honestly feel like a lot of times Sheree, like as far as like how she went in on Mayetta on Twitter and stuff, it's like you just went to her house, but you went in on her on Twitter. I think Sheree blurs the lines of just turning up for the sake of the show.
Drew really is a ditzy bitch.
But thinking that everybody is not really supposed to feel a way about it. The thing about Sheree, like I said, we will have these shady moments and then you'll see her and she's like, hey,
she's for herself.
I feel like, especially, with Sheree and her being on the show as long as she's been on the show, it's, and Marlo, they feel like, we should be able to just go in on each other and everybody's supposed to come back together. Kumbaya next day, because that's what we do on the show. We do all this arguing drama and then we have to still come together and film together. It's kind of weird because at a certain point it's like you can take certain things, but then you never know when it might be that one thing that set that person off where they really can't come back from it. Mm-hmm. This is not a real friendship. Let's start there. And that is my point with what I was saying at the Gucci brunch. Stop coming at me, telling everybody my character bad, blah, blah, blah. Because we ain't friends. Fuck your flowers. That's just where I was at with it. I'm like, I'm not gonna do no arguing with you no more. I'm not gonna try to make up an excuse or try to make you feel better about why you didn't get flowers. Fuck your flowers. Fuck them. That's just how I felt. I'm like, I don't want to hear that shit no more. You ain't get no flowers. Don't come back to me 2-3 years later talking about you upset because you didn't get flowers. Don't come back to me 2-3 years later, you yelling and screaming on people. Oh, crying. Oh, she didn't give me flowers. Don't you do it.
But here you come.
Because you and I are not friends like that. We aren't. So don't be having those expectations of me.
Only for yourself.
And fuck your flowers. I am done with that. That's how I feel. I am done with it. I don't have nothing to say about it.
I'm over it.
The other thing I had to say is I just felt like, if anything, I felt like it was foul for her to bring this whole situation up because I've been through a trauma of my own brother being lost. Like it takes time to kind of get through that. You know, that first year is really tough. Crying all the time, you know, to yourself, even if you're not crying in public, right? The second year, you're still emotional. Every time a birthday happens or Christmas or, you know, the day of their passing happens, you go through this emotional turmoil all over again. So for me, I hate being dragged into this with Marlo or her family because I hate that they're having to hear about this and it's re-upsetting them, I'm sure, every time they hear it, making them more upset. You know what I mean? For the sake of television. I feel like she was doing it for the sake of television, but you're dragging your family's name and you're really trying to make it about me and what I didn't do. But at the end of the day, we didn't really know each other like that. So they would have moved on with their life, not really caring about me like that. You know what I'm saying? But you are making it an issue and you're making it a problem. And now they're seeing me and you arguing about it and they're probably taking it personally. When these arguments is not towards them, you know, it's towards you. Marlo. Anyway, other than Sanya trying to take over Marlo, Courtney trying to understand where Marlo's coming from, and Sheree throwing a Gucci brunch where Kenya wasn't having it.
Put on your best and I'll do the rest. Just don't be a sour coochie. Join me for drinks and a few sausage links. Let's all be Gucci.
Oh, wow. Do I feel like Sheree missed the mark on making it a Gucci event instead of a She by Sheree? Well, here's the thing. Could it have been a She by Sheree theme? Yes. I'm a business owner too, right? So I understand just because I have restaurants don't mean I can't go eat at other restaurants. You know what I mean? So just because she has the clothing brand doesn't mean she can't do something with a different clothing brand. You get what I'm saying? Now, would she have done better to make the most of the opportunity to continue to promote her brand? Yeah, but she never really wears her brand that often. Not in group scenes anyway. I thought it was a cute event as far as the theme of it all, and yeah, I thought it was cute.
We need to be Gucci. We all need to be Gucci.
Woo, child, let me tell you, honey. And next week, they're going to have me and Sheree.
Yeah, with the stuff from She by She and the stuff that...
no, She by Sheree. She not by She.
Having our little back and forth. But yeah, next week should be interesting. Oh, my girl, Kenya is going through something real, though, trying to figure out what to do with her embryos.
Can I have another baby? No. I want Brooklyn to have a playmate. I want her to, to have a buddy.
And what I would say about that is, I think it'll be a little tough, especially because she don't have the best communication with her ex. But at the same time, if she really wants to have a child, I understand why she wants to use the embryo she already has. Because it's a hard process even getting an embryo. Let's all pray for her and hope it works out for this. Anyway, make sure you catch me next week because
All right, so that was pretty much the speak on it. Y'all know I gave my little opinions. I was dipping my opinions up in this, so I know y'all gonna dip y'all opinions up in it too. That's really all I have for speak on it today. But I definitely want to see what Carlos King got to say, because you know he gonna have something to say, and you know with him having something to say, you know I'm gonna have something to say. Y'all already know that. But anyway, make sure you guys are here for Whether You Like It or Not panel tonight. The link is already available, so make sure you guys go click on it. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell and all that good jazz, okay? We'll be back for that later on today. Okay, so with that being said, it's your boy Sky by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on this notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok will be down in the description box. With that being said, your boys up out of here, and I'll talk to you guys